Well, I was cleaning out my shelves for the diecast range, and then I looked over to see what I had lined up. Holy shit! Yeah, we have quite the amount of take-along and take-and-play characters. We've got 5 rows of engines, well, just engines themselves, like not duplicates or anything. We have 2 rows of different versions of the characters and then variants. And then we have 1 row of custom. And then we have, well, I guess 3 rows of rolling stock. And then 2 rows of road vehicle characters. So I was thinking, what if I do a collection video? I haven't done that in a while. Starting off with the standard gauge engines, we have Thomas, Edward, Henry, Gordon, who has not been replaced. All of my main 6 have been replaced with take-along versions, except Gordon. This is my original one. James, Percy, Toby, Duck, which used to be Metallic Duck, but then he got a little too scratched for my liking, so I painted him into, well, his normal colors. Donald, Douglas, which was stupidly hard to find. It's literally like finding a Tommy Oliver for cheap. That's how hard it was to find Douglas. Oliver. Fun fact, this range is so easy to come by where I live. Like, I can't go even without 2 seconds without going onto a second-hand website or going into a thrift store without seeing this. So yeah, it makes Tommy hard to find here. Anyways, going on with Oliver, which is apparently rare. Emily, which has really seen better days. We have cheeky, or should I say annoying Charlie. We have, my name is Ryan, and I'll be your engine today. We have Riff. We have Welcome Stanley. Look at him. Look into his eyes. Fun fact, most of my collection is secondhand. There are some characters that were bought new, but most of this is secondhand stuff. So let's continue from Stanley to big ol' Hank. Here we have Harvey. We have Neville, which... Wait. I think I just... Wait, hold on. We have Billy. I just skipped a row. Oh damn, I would have skipped a lot of characters. And we have Timothy, which I sometimes forget I even have. And we have, well, Talking Rosie. She doesn't work. So this is just my normal Rosie. We have Take-On Neville, which it's a common trait with Nevilles that I can't find their tenders, as you will see later on. And we have Davius Diesel. And we have Hero. Konnichiwa, Thomas. We have Salty. We have Stafford. Den. Yeah, it's Den. I thought it was Dart. We have Molly. We have Fast and Sexy Spencer. And we have good old Steven. Then we have Dart. Arthur, which is, damn, he's heavy. We have Ferdinand, which... That's right! Shut up! Oh, sorry, Molly. Talking Ferdinand, which I don't have the tender for, like... I can't find... What's it up with me and tender engines? Can't find their tenders. We have... Dash? Yes, Dash. I thought it was Bash. Lady? I haven't seen Magic Railroad in a while when I was younger, so I always thought she was narrow gauge. We have one of my only international characters, Vinny, which I used as 98462 whenever I made up stories with him. We have Ashima, which, holy crap, compare the size to Hero. She's tiny. Why? Why is she so small? We have Marion, which I don't care what people say about the fat magnets. Some of these characters were made pretty good. Moving on to diesel engines now. the last remaining diesel engines. We have Diesel 10. We have Bert, no Airy, just Bert. We have Look how fast I am! We have Philip. We have Diesel D199. And moving on to narrow gauge, we have Mighty, Mac. We have the uglier version of Luke. We have Squished One. We have Duncan. Here we have Victor, which, compared to a Victor that you'll see later on, this one looks like trash. A more new narrow gauge engine that I have is Handle. Hey, Peter Sam. Here we have Colby, which I used to think, I was so confused, like, the back of him has a face, and I thought he was a narrow gauge engine. I thought he worked with Freddy and Sir Handle. Here we have Fearless Freddy. And then we have a very odd one. We have Rex, but I also have Mike's Tender, but no Mike. That's just strange. Moving on to different variants and, well, different versions of characters. We have Talking Thomas, which does work, but I took the batteries out of him. We have Shocked Thomas. We have Lights and Sounds Thomas, which I don't think ever worked. I'm not too sure. But here we have Birthday Thomas, Party Thomas, I don't know. And we have 2013 Thomas, which is the one that I grew up with. Not this one. He's over. He's over there. You can't really see his face, but he's there. Here we have Fat Magnet Thomas. And here we have that one Steamworks Thomas I can never remember the names of. Here we have Jumping Straight to Henry, no Edwards. We have Fat Magnet Henry, which also is the Henry that I grew up with. He's right over there. You can't really see him, but he's over here. So yeah, here we have Fat Magnet Henry. Here we have Gordon. I never had this Gordon. I only had to take along one of the Shroom Star Gordon, which we'll see later on. Here we have Lights and Sounds Gordon. Yep. Another Lights and Sounds Gordon, but this one is a take and play version. This one is a talking take along version. This Gordon didn't have a tender when I got him. This tender I got yesterday, somewhere along with another Thomas. And here we have the last Gordon, Shooting Star Gordon. I got this when I did number 2 on the bathroom because I didn't want to when I was younger. So yeah, here we have Gordon with his angry face. Moving on to Lights and Sounds James, which yeah, there we go. He has a Fat Magnet Tender. And here we have a beaten up one. We have Metallic James. Damn, he has seen better days. Look at him. Look into his eyes. He has seen some shit. Moving on to Percy, the Green Goblin. We have Shocked Percy, and we have Birthday Percy. Remember when I said I thought, you know what? He was just Neville. Neville without his tender again. What's up with me and Neville's never fighting tenders? Here we have, it's me, Rosie. And here we have the good Victor. Not the awful Victor. Just the good Victor. Look at him. This is way better than that. Here we have Devious, well, not really Devious Diesel. We have weird looking Diesel. And then we have Pilot Salty, which has 2 masts. And then we have Harvey. You can never go wrong with this Harvey. Look at him. He just looks so cool. Moving on to rolling stock, we have Troublesome Truck. Soto Shipping Car. I don't have the load for this. We have the Museum Car, which you can do that, so yeah. We have 2 cargo cars. This one is my original one because it has more scratches. This one is the newer one. Moving on to this row, we have Troublesome Truck Laughing. This one is a little faulty nowadays, but he did work. Yeah. We have Transforming Troublesome Truck, which came with that one mountain mindset. I don't know the name of. And we have 2 flatbeds. We have Annie and Clarabelle, which aren't the normal ones. They have banners on them. I never have normal ones of these two. We have the jet engine, which works. I don't have the tanker, just the jet engine. Why are you so far away? Here we have the lion car. Doesn't work, but he is cool, so yeah, I'll let that slide. Here we have big strong Hector. He always gave me trouble when I was playing with him, so I didn't really use him that much. Here we have Random Bay blasting cargo car, which I thought these were apples when I first got it, so yeah. Here we have two birthday tankers. Yeah, one of them is kind of beaten up. Moving on to this row, we have an oil tanker filled with sand. Let me explain. See the back part? Well, that one day that was leaking, so my mom was like, you know what, let's turn this into a sand tanker. My dad put sand in it and glued it together. Sand tank on the back. And then a questionable face. I caught myself on that. Here we have a yellow truck, which I turned into a troublesome truck. And here we have a Soda Oil Company wagon, which can do that. Which has scrap in it for some reason. And then we have the last wagon, which is a troublesome truck, which, it's funny. We started with troublesome trucks, and we end with one. I forgot to show this row. We have a custom row. We have Pilot Thomas, Hero of the Rails Thomas, which when he got his brakes broken, he crashed through all sorts of stuff. We have Dodge. Oh, splatter. Here we have Pilot Henry, which I'm planning to remake the sad story of Henry in the pilot style. And here we have the red engine, which is also used for that same project. Moving on to the last row, we have Winston, Mr. Percival's car, which doesn't make any sense. He has a bike, not a car. We have Shutchopum Hatch. Oh dear, Thomas, you've caused confusion and delay. We have Bertie, Kevin, Skiff, Madge, which has a buffer beam. I don't know why. She's not an engine. She is a literal lorry. We have Butch, which I didn't have for too long. I got him last year. And he also has a buffer beam. Why? He's not an engine. We have Lorry 1. We don't have other two. We only have Lorry 1, not 1 or 3. That I will complain about. Erdl did that way better. They made all 3 of them. But Take Along just made this one. We have Nerd. He looks pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. We have Captain, which I sometimes forget I have, so he's in pretty good condition. We have Monty. No Max, just Monty. Moving on, we have Alfie. We have Alfie with a back magnet. I don't know why. I think these are rare. I don't know. Because for years I didn't really do much with Take Along. I mostly collected the ranges that were pretty more harder to find than Take Along, so yeah. But yeah, we have an Alfie with a fat magnet, and he was only 50 cents. Not bad. We have Byron. We have a good Flynn. I also have a fat magnet Flynn. The same goes for Molly, which well, this is my original Molly, the Take-Along version. But she was in bad condition, so now I have that Molly. And I also have a fat magnet Spencer. The same goes for Diesel 10. I have a fat magnet one too. And I also have a fat magnet Flynn, but he's upstairs in a box with push-along engines, so yeah. And we have the better Flynn. This is way better than the fat matted one. But for years I just had that one, so I didn't know better. We have Harold, which is from a Thomas's favorite Friends pack, I think. That's also where Captain and Kevin came from. And I think also Skiff, but I'm not too sure. And we have Take Along Harold, which, yeah, he's a little loose. And then the last item is Jeremy. I have so many questions about him. Like, with the engines, I can kind of see them coming to life. Because, well, they actually have faces. But with Jeremy, what is it considered his face? He has his mouth down here. And his eyes are in here. Does he have eyebrows? No, he doesn't. I don't think he does, but I still have so many questions about him. I'll probably have to make a video about him one day. And that is my entire collection. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to put these all back on the shelf because I cleaned off the parts for the diecast engines. I will do parts on the motorized and other ones, I guess, but that will have to wait for another time. I'll see you all later.